Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I am using the Paulina Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And my intention with this reading is really just to get some fresh ideas and some inspiration for the week ahead, and to kind of get a general idea of some of the themes and energies that will be present over the next few days. Okay, so let's start with the first card. This card represents Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And just a reminder, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and you can find out more about how to read tarot cards on my website, dailytarotgirl.com, and I'll put a link to my site in the description box below this video. All right, so for Monday and Tuesday, we have the World, which is number 21 in the major arcana. I can hear my cat whining as soon as she always does this. She's been so quiet all day, and as soon as I fire up my camera and start a reading, she starts meowing. I guess she wants to participate in the reading. All right, so the World is the final major arcana card, and it's a very powerful card, actually. It's a very significant card. It can symbolize the end of a journey, and there's a sense of accomplishment with this card and completion and completing something. It's like that feeling you get when you put the final puzzle piece. If you've been working on a jigsaw puzzle for a really long time and you finally finish it and you put that final piece in, it's that feeling of, satisfaction and completion. But what does it mean for us for this week and for the beginning of the week? And I love the Paulina deck because there's so many things going on in this card, and there's so many symbols and things that my attention is drawn to. It's the thing that I love and not love about this deck is that there's so much to work with that sometimes I'm just like, whoa, there's too many symbols here. There's too many things that are competing for my attention. To me, this card symbolizes the fact that this may be a big week for some of us. You may be completing something, a project may be drawing to a close. You're maybe doing some wrapping up of, wrapping things up with a project or something. This isn't a card that signifies ending in the same way that death is an ending. This is more about a job well done and kind of, finally coming full circle with something. There's more of a sense of accomplishment with this card. It's not really a card of letting go or release. For some reason, there's just so many things that are drawing my attention with this card. Number 1 is the sphere here, right in her belly. And it makes me think of almost like a pregnant belly and having something that you are gestating, like an idea or something, or a project or something that is inside you that is ready to be born. That's kind of what this card feels like. It feels like also that there's this surge of energy with this card. And I feel like that surge of energy is something we can really tap into, and that can really bring us through the week. And I want to say more about this card and make it make sense, but I feel like I have to see the other cards first. So let's just move on. We'll come back to this one. So the card for the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got 10 of Swords. Now, what's really interesting here, I can see my cat in the background. She's being so bad. She does this thing when she wants my attention where she jumps on this bookshelf, and I have a picture hanging behind this bookshelf, or like above the bookshelf, and she knocks the picture off its thing, and it always gets my attention. She's doing that right now. What a little jerk. Okay. I just have to tune her out. I feel like I'm always getting mad at my cat in these videos. I really love her, I do. Okay, so 10 of Swords, what's really interesting about this card is that it's kind of similar to the World in that the 10s represent kind of something coming to an end, coming to a close. It's kind of the last page or the last chapter in a book or the last page in a chapter. Just like the world is the last chapter of the major arcana, the tens are the last chapter of the minor arcanas, depending on which minor arcana suit you're working with. So in this case, it's the swords, the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is a very dramatic card. It shows this woman with 10 swords. They're not actually stuck in her, they're kind of behind her. So this is a gentle version of this card. In other decks, it will show someone lying face down with 10 swords stuck in their back. And this is a dramatic card, and it can sometimes symbolize our tendency to over dramatize things. If something isn't working out or we're frustrated, sometimes we have a tendency to blow it out of proportion and to make a huge deal about something, or to perceive something as being a bigger tragedy or a bigger problem than it actually is. Because this is the suit of swords, and the swords is all about your mind and your thoughts. This isn't necessarily about physical reality. And that's an important distinction to make when you get this card. Because some people get the Ten of Swords and they think, oh, it means everything's going to go to shit or something bad's going to happen. And it's not about that. It's about your mind and your mind's tendency and ability to conjure up demons and conjure up, not demons, but like conjure up things that are going to disturb you. And our ability to look at a situation and kind of blow it out of proportion. This is all about the power of the mind, really. So what does it mean for the middle of the week? A couple of things. Number one is know when to let go of something. Know when to give up. If you've been really trying to make something happen and it's just not happening, reassess where you're at. Is it worth all your time and energy? Know when to walk away. At the same time, watch your thoughts and be aware that the mind sometimes has this tendency to really embellish and blow things out of proportion. So let's take a look at the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here we have the King of Wands. So this is actually a really powerful reading. Sure, we have the Ten of Swords, which, some people might consider to be kind of a crappy card, but it's flanked by the World and the King of Wands, which are two powerful cards with a lot of positive energy. So the King of Wands, which is the card for the weekend, this is a very rich, dynamic character. The King of Wands is motivated. He has passion and he has energy for the things that are important to him. And he knows how to channel that energy and how to use it. This is about really stepping into your confidence, stepping into your power, acting like you are the king in your own life. So this weekend for you may be about making some important decisions, but whatever decisions you make, you want to take into consideration your passion and your energy. And I want to try to explain that better. So I almost feel like in order to explain it, I have to compare this king to the other kings. So the King of Swords would be very much a rational, mental kind of character. He would make choices and decisions based on what makes logical sense. King of Pentacles would make choices and decisions based on what feels practical, kind of similar to the King of Swords. He's just less serious than the King of Swords. And then King of Cups would be making decisions probably based around relationships, feelings, emotions, things like that. The King of Wands, the suit of Wands, is all about passion. It's about energy and spirit and the things that really drive us and light us up. It's that zest for life. So this King of Wands makes decisions and choices based on how that energy is moving within him and where it's leading him. So really letting your passion and your energy and that life force inside of you move you forward. And when you connect with that life force, and when it's strong within you, it's going to take you to very different places than, say, your mind is going to take you. Yeah, So I feel like the weekend is a good time to tap into that passionate, fiery, life force energy. Okay, so let's look at all of these cards together. And this has been a really long-winded reading. I normally sum these cards up more quickly, but okay, so let's look at all three together. And I invite you, as you're gazing at these cards, look for repeating symbols. Is there anything that you're noticing in all three cards? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. What is jumping out at you when you look at these three cards together? Now, I'm just going to give myself a moment to do this. So what is jumping out at me is the differences in the quality of energy. So I feel like the figure in the world and the King of Wands both have this confident take on the world kind of energetic quality. They feel positive, they feel strong, they feel vibrant. The woman in the middle and the Ten of Swords is like she's exhausted, she's defeated, she's giving up. And the message I'm taking from these three cards is to know when to give up and to know what to give up on. It's going to be hard to maintain this beautiful, positive, radiant energy that we see in the world and the King of Wands. If there are things in your life that you are really striving for and that are just really sucking your energy, this is about kind of paring down and looking at all the different areas of your life and the things you're putting your energy into and assessing, is there anything I need to step back from for a little bit in order to just recharge my batteries and conserve some of my energy? Because you can't be all things to all people this week, and you can't do everything yourself. So there's some things that you're going to have to give up this week. Some things are going to have to be a sacrifice. And that is going to, giving that up or giving in, giving up, letting go of something is going to give you the boost in energy that you need to be like this King of Wands. Okay, so I hope that made sense. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this reading helpful. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you want to learn more about tarot cards and tarot card reading, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got lots of really fun tarot exercises, spreads, deck reviews, blog posts, videos, all kinds of fun stuff on my website. So be sure to check it out. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful week.